Bibi à,
What
chân
would
của
you
con giờ
do
đỡ hơn
if
chưa?
your
Để
child's
bà xem
best
nào.
friend
Vết thương này
suddenly
cần bà
got
phải chăm sóc
hurt?
Bi thật tốt ạ.
In the
Ngoan lắm
warm
Bibi.
countryside
Nó đau lắm
home
rồi
of
bà ơi.
Huyen and Day,
Rồi để bà băng
their
lại cho.
beloved
Cầm
dog
chắc tay Cú nhá.
Bibi is
Xong rồi
more
ngoan
than
lắm.
just a pet. He is a loyal companion and the closest friend of their little daughter, Maya. Every day they share laughter, play, and simple family happiness. But one afternoon, everything changes when Bibi suddenly injures his leg while playing in the yard. Seeing their faithful little friend in pain breaks their hearts. Filled with worry and love, the whole family rushes to help Bibi, beginning an emotional journey that shows just how powerful the bond between humans and In the quiet countryside, where the air always smelled of fresh grass and warm sunlight, the small home of Huyen and Day was filled with laughter, love, and simple happiness. Among the members of this warm family was a very special little friend, their beloved dog, Bibi. To outsiders, Bibi might have looked like just an ordinary dog, but to Huyen, Day, and especially their little daughter Maya, Bibi was much more than a pet. Bibi was a loyal companion, a playful friend, and a gentle guardian who had become a true part of their family. From the moment Maya woke up each morning, Bibi would already be waiting outside her bedroom door, wagging his tail excitedly as if he had been counting the seconds until she opened it. The moment the door creaked open, Bibi would jump up happily, circling Maya and greeting her like the most important person in the world. Maya would laugh and hug him tightly, her small arms wrapping around his fluffy neck. To Maya, Bibi was not just a dog, he was her best friend. Their days were always filled with small adventures together. In the mornings, Maya and Bibi would run across the grassy yard behind the house, chasing butterflies and rolling around in the soft grass. Sometimes, Maya would throw a small ball across the garden, and Bibi would sprint after it with incredible excitement, proudly carrying it back to her like a treasure. Other times, the two would simply sit quietly under the old mango tree in the yard. Maya would talk about everything she learned at school, while Bibi lay beside her, listening attentively with bright, gentle eyes, as if he understood every word. Huyen and Day often watched these moments from the kitchen window, their hearts full of warmth. They had raised Bibi since he was just a tiny puppy, and over the years he had grown into a loyal and loving companion. Seeing how deeply Maya cared for Bibi made them realize how special the bond between a child and a pet could be. Bibi had become more than just an animal living in their home. He had become a silent protector of Maya's childhood, always beside her through every laugh and every tear. Whenever Maya felt sad or tired, Bibi would quietly walk over and rest his head on her lap, as if he knew she needed comfort. And somehow, that simple gesture always made Maya smile again. In the evenings, when the golden sunlight faded and the family gathered for dinner, Bibi would lie near the table, watching everyone with calm and loving eyes, happy just to be close to the people he loved. For Huyen and Day, their home would never feel complete without the soft sound of Bibi's paws running across the floor or the joyful bark that filled the yard whenever Maya came home from school. In their hearts, Bibi was not just a pet. He was family, a loyal little soul who brought warmth, laughter, and endless love into their lives every single day. Life in Huyen and Day's home continued to flow peacefully, filled with laughter, playful afternoons, and the quiet comfort of knowing that Bibi was always there beside Maya. Every day after school, Maya would rush through the gate with her backpack bouncing behind her, calling Bibi's name even before she reached the yard. And just like always, Bibi would come running, his tail wagging wildly as he welcomed his little best friend home. Their joyful reunion had become a daily routine that filled the small yard with happiness. One afternoon, however, something unusual happened. The sun was warm and the sky was clear, the kind of perfect afternoon when Maya and Bibi loved to play outside the most. Maya threw Bibi's favorite red ball across the yard, laughing as the little dog chased after it with excitement. But this time, when Bibi ran back toward her, Maya noticed something strange. His steps were slower, uneven, and he seemed to be limping slightly. "Mama," Maya called out nervously, her cheerful voice suddenly filled with worry. "Something is wrong with Bibi." Huyen quickly came out of the house, wiping her hands on a kitchen towel. At first, she thought Bibi might simply be tired from running, but as she looked closer, her heart tightened. Bibi was lifting one of his back legs awkwardly, and when he tried to put weight on it, he whimpered softly. Day also hurried over when he heard Maya's worried voice. The three of them knelt beside Bibi in the yard. Huyen gently examined his leg, while Maya sat beside him, stroking his head and whispering softly, trying to comfort her friend. When Huyen carefully moved Bibi's paw, she noticed a small but painful wound on his leg, likely caused by stepping on a sharp piece of metal near the old fence at the edge of the yard. Poor Bibi tried to stay brave. Even though he was clearly in pain, he still wagged his tail weakly when Maya looked at him, as if he didn't want her to worry. But the sight of her beloved friend hurting made Maya's eyes fill with tears. "It's okay, Bibi. We're here," Maya whispered, her small hand gently holding his. Huyen carefully lifted Bibi into her arms, while Day quickly brought a clean cloth to wrap around the wound to stop the bleeding. The cheerful energy that usually filled the yard was now replaced with quiet concern. Even though the injury didn't look extremely serious, they all knew Bibi needed proper care. Inside the house, Bibi lay quietly on a soft blanket, while Maya stayed beside him, refusing to leave his side. She kept talking to him softly, just like she always did under the mango tree, hoping her voice would make him feel safe. Huyen and Day exchanged worried glances. To many people, a dog might simply be a pet, but to their family, Bibi was much more than that. He was Maya's closest companion, a loyal friend who had grown up alongside her. Seeing him hurt like this made their hearts ache. And at that moment, they knew they couldn't waste a single minute. Bibi needed help, and they would do everything they could to make sure their beloved little friend would be okay.
Without wasting another moment, Da quickly grabbed the car keys while Huyen carefully wrapped Bibi in a soft blanket. Maya stayed close beside them, her small hands gently stroking Bibi's head as if trying to comfort him. The cheerful house that had been full of laughter only moments ago now felt quiet and tense. Everyone was worried about their beloved little friend. Da opened the car door while Huyen gently carried Bibi into the back seat. Maya climbed in beside him immediately, refusing to leave his side. She held Bibi's paw carefully, afraid to touch the injured leg, and whispered softly to him over and over again. "Don't worry, Bibi. We're taking you to the doctor. You'll be okay. I'm right here." Bibi looked up at Maya with tired but trusting eyes. Even though he was in pain, his tail moved slightly when he heard her voice. It was as if he understood that his family was trying to help him. The drive to the veterinary clinic felt longer than usual. Huyen sat beside Maya in the back seat, keeping one hand gently on Bibi's body to make sure he stayed comfortable. Meanwhile, Da focused on the road, driving as carefully but as quickly as he could. The car moved through the quiet countryside roads, passing fields and small houses, but none of them paid attention to the scenery. Their thoughts were all focused on one thing: Bibi's safety. When they finally arrived at the veterinary clinic, Doc quickly parked the car and rushed inside to call the veterinarian. A kind-looking doctor came out almost immediately and guided them into the examination room. Huyen carefully placed Bibi on the examination table, while Maya stood close by, watching nervously. The veterinarian gently examined Bibi's injured leg, cleaning the wound carefully while speaking in a calm and reassuring voice. "It looks painful," the doctor said kindly, "but don't worry, the wound isn't too deep. Bibi probably stepped on something sharp, but with proper treatment and rest, he should recover very well." Hearing those words felt like a heavy weight lifting from everyone's hearts. The veterinarian cleaned the wound thoroughly, applied medicine, and wrapped Bibi's leg with a neat bandage. Bibi stayed surprisingly calm during the treatment, occasionally glancing at Maya as if drawing courage from her presence. When everything was finished, the veterinarian gently patted Bibi's head. "He just needs a few days of rest," the veterinarian explained. give him lots of love, and make sure he doesn't run too much for a while. Maya nodded seriously, as if she had just been given a very important responsibility. I will take care of him, she promised softly. As they left the clinic, Maya carefully hugged Bibi again, her face finally relaxing into a relieved smile. Bibi rested quietly in her arms, his eyes half closed but peaceful. Back in the car, Huyen and Del looked at each other and smiled with quiet relief. In that moment, they realized once again how deeply Bibi had become part of their lives. He wasn't just a pet living in their home, he was family. And just like any member of their family, they would always protect him, care for him, and love him with all their hearts.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các khán giả của kênh Live Single RV. Vậy là trong câu chuyện hôm nay của chúng ta thì chú chó Bibi yêu quý của gia đình Huyền Đệ đã bị thương ở chân, và thật là may mắn khi gia đình Huyền Đệ đã phát hiện ra kịp thời và đưa chú chó Bibi đi băng bó và chữa trị kịp thời. Giờ đây Bibi đã được bác sĩ thú y chăm sóc rất là cẩn thận và chắc sẽ cũng sớm sẽ hồi phục trở lại. Mọi tình tiết hấp dẫn về câu chuyện Huyền Đệ cũng như bé May A sẽ còn được kể ở các video tiếp theo. Các bạn đừng quên bấm vào nút đăng ký kênh sẽ nhận được thông báo mới nhất về câu chuyện gia đình Huyền Đệ cũng như bé May A sẽ được phát sóng hàng ngày trên kênh Live Single RV nha. Huyền và Đệ cảm ơn các bạn rất nhiều vì đã dõi và ủng hộ câu chuyện của Huyền Đệ. Hãy tiếp tục ủng hộ hành trình cũng như câu chuyện của Huyền Đệ tiếp theo nha. Thank you so much. Bye bye.